Hey y'all, it's Rosie. Hey, I did the whole bar setup. First of all, I love these Arlen Ness risers. They work. It puts me almost in the exact perfect condition. I'm thinking I might be getting bars with a little more pullback and a little higher and a little closer, but that's something I can play with later. One of the things I don't like is I got these grips, and these are the Harley-Davidson grips, and I don't remember what they're called. I was awful excited because I thought they looked cool, but I don't have huge hands. Sorry, ladies. Anyway, and what's happening is it feels like I'm too far away. I don't know if I can get it. From my clutch lever, from my brake lever. It's just a little bit too far, and it gives me a little bit of a hand cramp. So what I did is I ordered some Arlen Ness stuff, actually. Ironically, it's just because it had something cool in there. Let me unwrap this guy here. Hang on a second. I already opened this one. And now these grips are kind of cool because you take a look at the end of them, kind of cool. Kind of goes along with the whole coloring there. It actually matches up fairly well, and that's their brass collection. So I may end up doing a lot of stuff in that particular setup because I do love the gold and the black put together, or the bronze and the black, and I think that looks pretty cool. I don't know if these are brass or bronze. I can't remember what they're called. Does it say on the box? Brass. So it does say brass. There's the part number. I don't know why that thing's crossed out. I did get it on Amazon, so maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take the old ones off, and which basically consists of removing your switch pack here, loosening that up. That's just the two little Torx bits, one on the top, right over there, and then there's one on the bottom. That's right over there. That's easy. Do that on both sides. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge to take off. I'm hoping I can keep it in one piece. I did use some grip glue on here, so we'll see how that goes. This one on the throttle side, basically it'll just slide right off. It's not being held in by anything except for the switch pack right here, which clamps around it and holds it in place, and it just stays on here, so that way you can twist the throttle. You don't want it to sit there. That would be bad. So that actually came off super easy. The grip glue held them in place, but as soon as I started pulling, it just slid right off, which I'm really excited about. Just in case for some reason I don't like these grips, I can always put these guys back on. So here's the two next to each other, and I wanted to kind of show you how much thicker this is. If I line it up, lined up on the left side, you can see how it bulges out on the right side right by my thumbnail there. That's how much thicker that guy is. That's a considerable amount. So I'm hoping these are gonna be a little bit more comfortable. They're super grippy. I really like the way they feel. I don't know how they'd be in bare hands because they definitely have a strong, grippy, kind of sticking out thing going on. Anyway, I'm gonna get these guys on. I think this is gonna look pretty awesome. It came with some instructions, so I'm gonna actually read them. And I think that color is gonna look really, really good. Okay, so I just wanted to go over a couple things. First of all, I'm feeling pretty funny right now. It's actually kind of cool, but I put this on just to make sure it would fit on there and everything after I sanded off all the old glue and wiped it down with alcohol and water. And put it on there, just popped it on there to the end to make sure it would fit. And now I can't get the darn thing off. And I guess maybe I won't put grip glue on there because I can get it to twist if I'm really pulling on it, but it's not moving. But I did want to show you what they look like and what the process is. So effectively, you're basically just taking off what I use is those Thrash and Supply perch clamps. This is just the back or the front screw. Front section. So if you're looking over here, it's gonna look like this. That goes on there. You're gonna take the screws off that come off the back. Those screws stay captive. And I'm trying to get to a point where I can show you all where that is. Anyway, those screws stay captive in the back of this guy right here. Then you pull off the perch clamps and just slide this on. This just slides on, slides off. What the throttle does is inside of these grips, and you can't see, I actually had to take it out in the sun to make sure it had it. It just has basically grip section of it that has a cog that goes around this. Just clamps on there, makes it so it twists so you get the, okay? That's basically it. There's nothing special. All the throttles that have throttle by wire, which is this guy right here. This is just stays in place in this little piece right here. So you guys can see what that is what turns. So anyway, I was looking at the color and I went, wow, that is almost a perfect match. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm going to put it all back together, which basically is going to consist of putting the covers back on these guys and then putting the brake lever on here and the clutch lever on there. And that'll be it, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so they're on and they look amazing. Oh my God, they look so cool. I love the way they look. I haven't ridden with them yet, obviously. I got them on, I have them. I love the contrast. I think it looks just right. It basically almost completely matches the color of the STs with the black and gold. I love the way they feel. Oh, by the way, so I really try not to do stuff too half-ass. It's gonna happen once in a while, but you know, I work on my own bike all the time. I very rarely take it to a dealer. But in this case, I talked about the grip being stuck on there. I was about to put it all back together and I couldn't do it. So I just put on some gloves and kept twisting and pulling until I finally got it back up. I just couldn't stand the idea of putting it on there and not doing it the right way with the grip glue. Also, if you do put these on, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but they are engraved with a little Arlen on the top here, and then it says Ness on the bottom. I want to make sure those were lined up. I mean, if you're going to do it, why not do it right? But I think it came out. And I'm going to come around this way too. Sorry, the garage is a mess. I've been farting around with some stuff. But I think it adds it's a very subtle accent look, but it definitely adds to the color. And there's gonna be some other things. I'm sorry the bike's dirty. I took it out for a quick run this morning. I want little things to stand out like that. I don't want monster changes, though. The floorboards, we'll see. I at some point when I do floorboards, they're gonna pop one way or another. But I think it's a nice subtle thing, and it goes with the color scheme of the bike. And that's it, guys. So super easy. Realistically, swapping out your grips once you know how to do it. And realistically, it's just little torques for the back of these guys. These two bolts on the front. And if you have the stock piece, it's the same thing. It just doesn't look as cool. That's the thrashing piece. Anyway, total time, you could probably knock this out in 15 minutes, 20 minutes once you know what you're doing. I put a towel down and clean it up and then take it off again when I'm showing you guys stuff. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you have not, please subscribe. If you're watching the channel and you like the content, do me a solid, give it a like, subscribe for me. Thanks, guys. See you next week.